It's pretty close to our one, a little bit short. It's going to be pretty good though. Oh, and we've done it again. We sank it. That's amazing. This is my birdie hole from the looks of it. Welcome back to the channel. The clip that you saw at the intro was me chipping in again on the fourth hole. You saw me putting from off the green in the previous Tuesday in the first video that we posted here on the channel. And then the following Wednesday after that, I chipped in again off camera. So I've now birdied this hole 3 times by putting the ball in the hole from 10 to 20 feet off the green. So I guess it's definitely my hole. Before I show you the round though, I wanted to quickly go over where we're at with our handicap. So I bit the bullet a couple of days ago and spent $50 to get an official handicap with the GHIN, which is the USGA's system that's used for doing official handicaps. The website that I'd been using was in theory official, but I noticed it wasn't accurately capturing my 9-hole rounds. I put my last 20 scores into GHIN, which you can see on the screen now. The way that the handicap is calculated is we take the last 20 scores, pick the best 8 out of those. We're using the differential there, which is a calculation of roughly how much over par you got, but also taking into account the course rating and the slope, which measures the difficulty of the course for a scratch or 0 handicap player and for a high handicap player respectively. A slope of 113 is average. The course rating is relative to the par of the course. You will see that at the bottom of this, there's a score of 78 that I shot at Las Vegas Golf Club with a differential of 9.7. That is going to fall off the bottom the next time I post a score. And so our handicap will probably go up from probably the 16.3 up to around about 17 or so. Once that course score comes off the card though, we should be fairly stable at that point, and any good scores we shoot will start to bring our handicap back down again. So without further ado, let's get into the round. So I thought some of you might like to see my setup. I have a push cart, so one of the reasons you're not seeing a cart camera is because I walk the course. I have this cool little thing that lets me put an umbrella up, which a lot of people are jealous of because I can walk under it without hitting it. As far as clubs go, like I said, we've got the Callaway Rogue here, a Callaway X-Hot 3-wood and 5-wood, and then the Callaway Epic 7-wood. We've got 4-iron to pitching wedge and sand, or 4-iron to 9-iron with a pitching wedge and a sand wedge. And then the infamous putter, which I may or may not have mentioned before, which is the Slazenger Golden Bear, which was given to me by my dad when he got a new putter, and I just love using this thing. So it's close to 50 years old, but it works for me. Here we are at the 10th tee at Reid Golf Course. We're out here at 6 a.m. in the morning so that I can show you guys the back 9. That's the only way that we can get out here playing 9 holes and show you the back. The back 9 is significantly harder. The par for the here is 36 versus 35 on the front. The rating is 35.1, so almost as high as the par. And the slope, which is the rating for a high handicapper, is 121, 8 points higher than the 113 average that the front 9 is. So much harder to play, but also means that our handicap for this is actually a 9. So as expected, with the round that I played yesterday, which was an awful round, not that it mattered much, I went out to a 17.4. We have one more decent round to count that'll go off, and then basically we'll be playing with our scores from playing here at Reid will be what will determine our handicap. So hopefully we start to bring it down again with some of these games. Hopefully we have a good game today for you. We'll see how we go. With that, let's get off here on the 10th tee and see how we go. So this is a dogleg right, par 5. There's a big tree on the right corner, which is the main challenge here. If you put a little bit right, you can end up quite short of the green. This is almost reachable in 2 for me, even with only hitting a 200 or so yard drive, because I can get it down within about 40 or 50 yards of the green with my 3-wood if I hit it well. All right, we've hit it a little bit left, bit of fade. I think we're probably going to miss the trees, but that will make it a bit longer to the hole. Hitting it out to the left here, we've put ourselves in between the trees. We don't really have any kind of a full shot we can hit without hitting a tree. So we're going to try and punch it out and get as close to that 150 as we can. If I hit my putter, the Texas wedge here, it will stay low. It'll probably slice. So I'm going to aim here, which is a bigger gap, and I hope that we avoid hitting any of those tree trunks. We hit straight into the tree trunk. Well, that was very unfortunate. Can't say I'm completely surprised, but we at least have a much clearer hole through here to hit this this one out. Still don't really have any way to go high. Oh, I'm not hitting this well at all. That's very unusual for me with the putter. Okay, third time's the charm. All I'm going to focus on here is just getting it out to that fairway. Right on the edge. We're still in the light rough here, though, in the rough on the edge here. Let's see if we can get it somewhere near the green. It's well hit, but it's gone a little left again. I think we caught the big tree on the left. All right, well, we hit the big tree here just behind me, dropped almost straight down, a little bit past it, but not much. We've still got about 80 to 90 yards to the front. We're straight into a wind. I'm actually going to hit my 9-iron rather than the wedge, and we'll hit it a sort of medium weight. See if we can get to the green. Hit that pretty well. I don't know if I've given it enough or not. We've come up just short and rolled into the bunker. Well, we're pretty much dead on this hole. Unless we chip this in, we'll be getting an 8. Since we're not playing against anybody and we're just doing this for handicapping purposes, anything worse than a triple bogey doesn't matter on the scorecard. It gets adjusted. So we'll pick up if we get to an 8. So let's practice hitting the bunker shot though. A pretty awkward one, as you can see. See if we can at least get it out. We got it up, but we're dead. So we're going to pick that ball up and move on to the 11th. All right, so off the white tees, this is a reasonably long par 3. We're looking at 187 yards to the middle, which is where the pin should be, par 3. So I'll probably hit, let's see what we've got for wind. There's not a lot of wind, but there's a little bit into us and to the right, from right to left, which is good. We've got a water on the right here. Unless we slice it badly or push it out to the right, the water's not a big deal. I don't know if we're going to quite make it with the 7 wood, is the only problem. I think I'm going to hit a 5 wood and try and fade it in from left to right. The wind should hold this up from going too far to the right. Let's aim, I don't even see that. I think the pin's a little to the right of center, but I can't actually see it very well. Oh no, it's on the left side. Pin's on the left side. Oh God, we've got tree trouble today. Damn. It was fading around, but it went too far left to start with, and we hit the tree. This is not looking like a good round, folks. Well, luckily we've kicked a little bit forward off of the tree here. We're still a ways out though. We've still got 70 yards to the pin at least. We are going to be, actually, we won't be standing on the cart path, so it won't take a drop from there. So the drop has to be from your normal position, and since I would be closer, well, we'll see how we are with the thing. If my heels are on there, we might drop it out a little. So we're going to be hitting a pitching wedge. Yeah, we're just on the edge of the cart path, so I think we can bring it out a little and take a drop from that here. All right, it's probably about a 3/4 pitching wedge. See if we can get it there. I think that's pretty good. We're pin high, but we're just a little on the left edge of the green, just off the left edge. Okay, we are just off the green, but very much a puttable shot. Most of the slope is over there on the right side. It's fairly flat here, but I think it still goes a fraction towards the water. I'm going to try and put this just a little left side. Main goal here is to get the weight right and see if we can get away with a bogey. It is drifting in left to right, but that was very slow. We've had a lot of rain here over the last couple of days. In fact, I was concerned I would get rained on now, but it looks like the next couple of hours are going to be fine. So we should get out of here without any rain. But we still have a little ways to go to get to the hole here. So we've got about a 4 feet? Yeah, about a 4-footer. That's just slipped off to the side. So that's a disappointing 5 from there. I thought we would get up and down. All right, so we've had a pretty disastrous start. We're now 5 over after 2 holes. This hole's an interesting one. A lot of people don't like it. I've done pretty well on it in the past, mostly. We've got the water here from that par 3 is now on our right-hand side and just in front of us, but pretty short, so not a big issue there. But part of it is a continuation of a creek that runs along the right-hand side, sort of cuts us off from the green. When I'm playing on the yellow tees, which are way up the front there, I usually just hit a 7-iron up to the middle of the fairway and then try and play across to the green. But from back here, we're about almost 400 yards to the pin, and we're looking to get preferably up to where the fairway is here. It drops steeply down on the other side. If we just go over, we should stay in the bottom short of the water, but anything that flies through there will be an issue. The layup, so the 150 layup is 230 yards, so I shouldn't reach it to the 150 mark with my driver. And since I tend to pull the driver left more than fade it, we're going to try that out. So our goal here is at worst to be up on the left-hand side there. We've hit that pretty well. It's fading onto the fairway. That should be great, I believe. So our drive's been a big high fade that's left us right in the middle of the fairway. Only went about 185 yards, so that's okay. We do still have about 196 to the middle, and the pin is at the back, so around 200. Now my 3-wood can make that. We do have a big dip at the front going back up, so if it lands short of the green, it's probably going to stop there in front. But we'll see if we can get it close. We have a little bit of a wind behind us though. A few days ago, I hit a 3-wood 215 yards to about 4 feet from the pin, so maybe we can get something like that going again. One of the things about getting out here at 6 o'clock, the reason they don't allow people to go off the back 9 any other time is because they're doing work on the course. So I'm probably going to have to wait for this guy to finish with the green here. All right, so the greenskeeper's finished. I think he was mowing the green, so I'm going to assume it'll be a little faster than the previous ones. Try and get a 3-wood somewhere near the green. We've topped it. Well, we've laid up to a position where we can hit probably an iron to the green. Okay, so we've ended up probably at about 140 from the pin. I'm going to try and put a 7-iron on the green. We're coming out of a little bit of rough here, but we have a decent lie. Ball's sitting up where I can see it. Let's see if we can get it across this little creek up to the green. A little bit of a downhill lie. My feet are a bit above the ball, so try and keep my knees a little bent here. Give ourselves room to swing. That's going to hit the bank, I think. Bounce up. I think onto the green. Yeah, onto the green. And actually a fair way through to the back. So we're about 2 or 3 inches off the green here. We got a little lucky there. I thought I'd grab my 7-iron. I actually grabbed the 4-iron that was right above it. And we hit it, that's why it went so low and hit the bank. So hitting the bank made it pop up. It was actually a decent result, but we definitely got lucky. We've got a fairly long putt here, all the way across the green. I'm gonna probably think a little left to right into that little dip there. That is not turning at all, and it's still pretty slow. So we've had 4 already. Once again, we're going to be lucky to get a bogey out of this. This has not been a great round, but you know, that's the way golf goes. We'll try and show it to you, warts and all. Oh God, and that's missed by a fraction of an inch. And that's a 6. All right, so here we are on the 13th hole. It's a par 4. Not a particularly long hole. The main challenge here is if we don't make it to the top of the hill in front of us, it's very easy to roll back down. We do have the little creek that was on the previous hole still goes in front of us here, but it's well short of being an issue unless we top it or mishit it. The other challenge here is if you're a little bit right, this big tree protects that corner. It's a slight dogleg hole. Hitting that big tree can drop you into some crappy grass there, which is an awkward shot. So our goal, if anything, is to be a little left, but perfect would be start left and fade up the fairway. Like that. I think that's going to be very good. It's just a matter of if we had the length. I believe we went around or over the tree. We've only hit this about 175 yards. It's pretty challenging. You don't get any roll here. And if you hit the bank, obviously it tends to stop pretty quick. So we still have about just under 200 yards to the flag, which is in the back of the green. So main goal here, just to get it somewhere close to the green. We've hit that beautifully. A little bit of a fade. That should be pretty close to the green, if not on. All right, so we've got a great result. We actually got past the front of the green. We're about 2 feet off the right edge of the green here. So pretty happy with that from where I was. We've probably hit it about 190, I'd say, to get to here, which is a great 3-wood for me. We're into a pretty stiff breeze as well. See, we get that close. All right, that's our best long putt of the day. Still got about a 4-footer here for par, but at least we have a chance at a par for the first time today. So that stayed pretty straight. I'm going to assume this putt is straight. See if we can push it straight in. And we just fell off to the left. Now we got our first bogey of the day, which is not great. Unfortunately, missed the par. But that was a much better hole. Okay, so we now have the 2 hardest holes on the course coming up. This is index 3. The next one is index 1 on the card. It's a 411 yard par 4, although it's saying I'm 427 from the pin rail from the middle of the green right now. Tee shot here is pretty straightforward. This is a pretty straight hole, but we do have the wind behind us, so hopefully that'll straighten anything out, but it might fade. And our goal is just to avoid the tree line. We're drifting right. I think there's a chance we get past the trees, but that might be in the tree line. That did fade. You hit it well though. We have this big tree in front of us here. I don't know if the 3-wood's going to stay under that. I think it will, but we're going to have to do a big fade if we want to get anywhere close. So I'm going to aim at that tree out here and just let the wind's going to push it left to right because it's going down the fairway. We still have about 212 to the pin, to the middle of the green. Pin is in the front though, so about 200 yards to the front of the green. Got past the tree. I think we're on the right line. We'll have to see where that's ended up, but that might be decent. I doubt that we've reached the green, but hopefully we're just in front of it. Well, we've gotten extremely unlucky here. We hit a great shot. It's gone almost 190 yards out of the rough with a fade. Come around here and we've ended up right behind the tree. You can't see the flag, it is directly behind that. So I think our goal here will just be to try and get it to the edge there. So our putter would get caught in this long grass if we tried to punch it around there. We could go that way. This is a challenging decision. As long as I don't hit the tree here, I can get close to the edge of the green there. Okay. It's about as good as we were going to do. It's run off the side as expected. But okay, this is what we've been practicing our pitching for, so hopefully we can clean. We do have the grass just behind it, which is why I'm not putting it. I'm going to be trying to just get this on the green. Hopefully we don't overcook it. We did get it just on, but we didn't land just on, we landed on the fringe. Okay, we've still got a bit of distance here to the hole. A little bit of right to left, I think. A little bit, but not much. That was a good putt, gave ourselves a chance. But unfortunately, we're going to get a double bogey out of that, even though I felt like we played the hole very well after missing the tee shot. Just goes to show the importance on this course of getting straight tee shots. The trees are a real problem. Okay, so here we are, 15th hole, index 1 on the course. I don't know why this is the hardest hole on the course. I would have thought the previous one, which is slightly longer and has more trouble on the right side, would be the harder hole. We're just starting to get a few drops of rain here, by the way. So hopefully we get out of here before any serious rain falls. And we've hit it, I was going to say straight down the middle, but we're going into the wind and it is fading a little to the right. But not a lot of tree trouble on the right-hand side unless we end up right behind one. So as expected, not a lot of tree trouble over here. There's a few trees on this side, but they're pretty sparse. We've only hit at 185. We definitely landed into the soft rough and we're into the wind. That may be one of the reasons why this course is rated hard. I think the prevailing wind tends to be into your face here. So we still have over 200 to the green and we have a pin in the middle. Let's see if we can get it out of this rough. We didn't quite get to the uphill, so we should be able to hit this off a fairly flat surface. We've hit that pretty well. It's a little to the right, hopefully over the trees. I'm not sure if it was though. Okay, so I did think I heard a little bit of a sound. Let's say we hit this tree up above me here. But we've still gone 150 yards, even with the tree. And we've left ourselves about a 60 to 65 yard shot. We might use an 8-iron, I think, to pitch and run. We've got some low-lying branches there. We want to keep it under that. To also grab my 4-iron again, which is right above it. Sometimes my bag rotates and then the clubs end up a little bit offline. I go where I usually grab it from and grab the wrong one. But anyway, 8-iron. Try and pitch it pretty close to the green because it's not going to run much, I don't think, with how wet it's been. Haven't played this shot in a while, so let's see if we can judge the length properly. That's pretty good. It's going to be just on the green. If it hadn't pulled off to the left, I think that would have been good. Mostly that was bouncing left. Well, I thought we were on the green, but we're probably about a foot shy of it, which is okay. Pin's in the middle, so we've got a fair way to go. Looking at maybe a little right to left. I'm pretty happy with that putt. It was a fraction right to left, but not much. We've left it right beside the pin. All right, well, it's a bogey, but that is a bogey on the hardest hole on the course, which, considering how we've played today, is an achievement. Okay, we're here on the 16th hole, our second par 5. Let's see if we can get on this green in 3. We got the fades today, but that's going to stay near the edge of the fairway. We should be fine there. Even though we're just off the fairway, it's actually our longest drive of the day, around 215 yards. We've still got 294 to the green, pins in the middle somewhere. If we can get this in a pitch range, that would be great. We hit that really, really well. Started a little left, fading right towards the green. I suspect we'll be probably about less than 80 yards from the pin. Okay, so my math was slightly off, but yeah, we've hit a great drive, great 3-wood. It's almost 200 yards, about 198, I think I'd calculated. 193, sorry. We're about 98 yards from the pin. Pitching wedge in hand. See if we can get the green. It's gone a bit right. We might be in the bunker. Straight in the bunker. Well, we actually went comfortably over the bunker and pitched somewhere near the green here. So we are exactly pin high on the right-hand side with a putt for birdie. Long putt, but it's still a putt for birdie. That's our first green in regulation. All right, I really can't pick a direction for this to break, so I'm going to try and just get the length right and see if we get lucky. We're very close. Oh, we've just missed the birdie putt, but we've got the length almost perfect. And we've finally got a par for the day. Very happy with how we played that hole. All right, here we are on the 17th hole. We've got par 3 with the pin at the front, about 120 to the front, so probably about a 125, 130 shot. We're going to go with an 8-iron, try and make sure we get there. Pin's just a little left of center, but anything towards the middle of the green would be awesome. We've hit that pretty damn good. I think. Oh yeah, we're right beside the pin, looks like about 4 feet away. So as you can see, we've hit that 8-iron near perfectly. Let's see where it looks like our pitch mark's off to the left, so we weren't really looking at a hole-in-one chance there, but we'll take that as a great shot. So we've pitched it about 5 feet on the green, run up maybe 15 or so feet to leave ourselves with about 4 feet, and maybe 3.5, yeah, 3 to 4 feet from the pin. I'm pretty sure it's going to break that way. We're going to aim just left of the edge of the pin, not even just inside edge, and try and hit it firmly at the hole. And we pushed it to the right. Very frustrating. Tap in, par, but that should have been a birdie. I pushed that and it broke. So here we are on the 18th hole. Relatively short par 4, dog legs to the left though. It's about 182 yards to the green directly. That would be over the trees and over the clubhouse, which we're definitely not going to be able to do. Challenge here is to not get in those trees on the left, because that can cut you off from being able to see the green, and not to run too far across to the right, just because you can end up in long grass and trees. And there's a bunker there. The bunker's probably just out of my range. Oh, we've hit a beautiful shot. That's, if it's not too long, that is going to be prime position. I think it'll be spot on. About as good as I could have hit that. Well, that is probably the best position that I've hit a drive on this hole yet since I've been playing here. We are about 90 out from the middle of the green. Pin's in the back. Not a super deep green though, so probably at 95. So if we hit similar to what we hit on the previous hole, a really good wedge, we should be able to get there, pitching wedge. I think that'll get there, but it's going to be short of the pin, just on the green. But we've got another long putt at birdie, so let's see if we can get 3 pars in a row to finish. Well, that's 3 greens in regulation in a row. Definitely happy with that. Let's see if we can convert this with a 2-putt. It's a long 2-putt, so fingers crossed we can just get this close. It's going to be all about the weight. I'm sure it will break a little some way or the other, but it's kind of hard to judge whether it'll go left or right here. So we're just going to try and get it up near the pin. It's going right at the hole. Oh, we just wobbled off at the last second and a fraction long. I thought we had the weight pretty good on that one. And we parred it. So a great 2-putt from there. So it just goes to show, you know, we had a terrible start to the round. We were never going to make a good round out of this. But a lot of people might get frustrated, start throwing clubs, getting mad, things like that. But the important lesson here is, you know, it's an opportunity to go out, work on what you're doing, get a little bit better. So we finished with 3 pars then. Let's have a look at our final score. All right, so we finished at 11 over par for 9 holes, which is not great, but probably shooting 9 over would have been playing to our handicap, given that we're playing on the harder side with a high slope rating. So not a terrible round in the end. Could have been much, much worse. All right, so I suspect that this score will probably come out a little high to count. We'll end up losing one more shot. That was a decent round at a tough golf course off the bottom of our list. So we may go out just like another 0.1 or 2 on a handicap, but at this point on, we've got a whole bunch of old rounds that are not very good. So anything we do well from here on in should start to bring our handicap back down again. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this and going on this journey with me. I know it seems a long way away, but I feel like I'm not that far off starting to shoot some low scores and starting to bring this handicap down. We've just got to eliminate a few of these mistakes, get our drives straighter, especially around this course. Then I think we'll start to shoot better. So thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.